Hi, welcome to Yoga Any Day. My name is Elizabeth Stewart. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to be doing some yoga in alignment with the astrological energies of the solstice on December 21st. This is when the sun moves into Capricorn and begins a new season. Let's have a look at the chart. So here we can see the sun at 0 degrees of Capricorn, conjunct Mercury, also at 0 degrees of Capricorn. The sun here is moving into the sign that we've had a lot of drama in all year, Capricorn, and I think that it's shining a light on the journey that we've been through in 2020. Conjunct Mercury, this speaks to a new understanding of everything that we've been through. So while the sun is going to be moving through Capricorn and all season, we're going to be revisiting in a way, but with a new understanding, a fresh perspective, and as I said, shedding some light on the journey that we've been through. Also, we can see here in the chart that Jupiter and Saturn are conjunct, both at 0 degrees of Aquarius. This means that the new day has dawned, the future has arrived. Just like when a baby is born, we don't know the baby yet, but it's here. With Saturn, it makes it real and concrete. With Jupiter, it makes it big. And with Aquarius, it makes it new, a new beginning. This also has to do, because it's in Aquarius, with the relationship of the individual and the collective. So what do we have to contribute to the collective as individuals? And I think that speaks to, again, the journey that we've been through in 2020 with all of the heavy planets in Capricorn. The last aspect I want to show you here in the chart before we get into some yoga poses is Pluto in Capricorn square Mars in Aries. They're both at 23 degrees. This is the third time that there's been a square between Pluto and Mars, and the long retrograde of Mars in Aries has been very difficult, trying of our patience. The progress has been very slow and frustrating. And in this third and final square, we are reaching the culmination of all of that long struggle and frustration that we've been experiencing. Maybe there's something in the timing here. What I see is that in this third and final square, it's happening just in time with the planets in Aquarius now bringing in new solutions to these ongoing problems. So this is kind of the beginning of the end, putting to bed all of this journey and struggle that we've had in 2020. The squares between Mars and Jupiter and Saturn will be coming up in January, so there's a little bit further to go in terms of these final confrontations and hopefully resolutions to the struggles that we've been having. That's why I call it the beginning of the end. But it's also a beginning of a beginning, right? It's a new season. We're really moving forward. The Aquarius energy is very fresh, very open, and it's an important conjunction that's happening between Jupiter and Saturn. Very important. So all of this is bringing us to the feeling that we've been through a lot and we're moving forward. I'd like to start sitting. Find whatever position is most comfortable for you to sit in. We'll just be here for about a minute. And we're going to settle the mind in the breath. Notice the breath dropping down gently into your belly, grounding you in the present and in your body. I'd like to try a little practice that comes to me from Thich Nhat Hanh, who's a Zen Buddhist master, which has to do with linking a thought on the inhale and another thought on the exhale. So I think it would be appropriate to recognize the journey that we've been through and acknowledge that now we're moving forward. When you inhale, I would like for us to think it's been a long journey. When you exhale, I would like for us to think, now I know where I'm going. Inhaling, it's been a long journey. Exhaling, now I know where I'm going. Again, inhaling, it's been a long journey. Exhaling, now I know where I'm going. And we can shorten the phrase to long journey on the inhale and where I'm going on the exhale. Inhale, long journey. Exhale, where I'm going. Inhale, long journey, acknowledging your path. Exhale, where I'm going, acknowledging your future. Let's keep going just for a few more breaths. Try to make the breath long and smooth. And if it's working for you, keep this little mantra, long journey on the inhale, where I'm going on the exhale. And letting that go, just letting the breath be free. We don't have to make it long. We can just notice where it naturally wants to go. And we're going to start with some yoga poses. So the first one we're going to do is a seated twist. You can stretch one leg out in front of you, cross the other leg over with your foot flat on the ground and the knee pointing up towards the ceiling. We're going to hug that bent knee with the opposite arm. Reach the other arm straight up to the ceiling and then turn to the side as you bring that arm back behind you, all the way back onto the ground behind you, and you can turn and look in that direction. Inhale, allow for some space. Exhale, allow for some movement into the twist. Inhale, lifting up spaciously through your torso. Exhale, gently turning and wrapping your eyes around in the direction that you're turning towards. Let's come back to our mantra. Inhaling, feeling your long journey through your long spine. Exhale, knowing where you're going as you're turning to the side. Inhale, lifting up for that long journey. Exhaling, moving into the twist, because now we know where we're going. To come back out of it, we're going to lift the back arm back up to the ceiling, turn back to the front, drop the arm down, and then stretch that bent leg out, and we'll do the same thing on the other side. Lifting that other foot up now, placing it on the ground on the outside of the straight leg, with the bent knee facing up towards the ceiling. Hug that bent knee with the opposite arm and reach the other arm straight up to the ceiling, lifting up tall, and then letting the arm come back behind you as you turn to that side until the hand reaches the ground behind you. Inhaling, lifting up through the spine. Exhaling, turning gently to the side. Inhaling, feeling the long journey through the long spine. Exhaling, knowing where you're going as you move into the twist. Inhaling up. Exhaling, twisting. Long, smooth breath. Looking around with your eyes as you know where you're going, you're pointing yourself through your gaze. Inhale the long journey. Exhale, know where you're going. And to come out of it, we'll reach that back arm all the way up to the ceiling again, and we'll face forward. Bring the arm back down and undo the bent leg. The next pose that we'll do is boat pose. So I want you to bend both knees with the feet flat. We're going to start with holding behind the thighs with both hands. Stretch long through your torso. Try to flatten out through your spine and make your chest nice and broad as you lean back a bit. And then we'll lift both feet off of the floor. Gently, slowly, progressively working to lift the feet. However high your feet end up going is totally fine. That just depends on your body today. Don't go past your point of comfort and then get booted out of the pose like, oh, I can't do this anymore. Try to hold it steady. Linking again the breath. Inhaling your long torso for your long journey. Exhaling, reaching gently through the legs, knowing where you're going. Notice your gaze. What point are you looking at? You can look out over the feet or a little bit higher up. If your feet are kind of low, maybe your gaze is higher than your feet. If your legs are all the way straight, maybe you can look right at your toes and that feels like a good angle. If you want to let go of the legs, feel free to do so and reach the arms straight forward. Just make sure the shoulders stay down away from your ears. Inhale, long spine for our long journey. Exhale, reaching gently through the legs, knowing where we're going. And we'll gently bend the knees all the way back until the feet come back to the floor. And let's just give ourselves a little wiggle here. You can lean back into the hands if you want. Let your head be attached to your spine, meaning if your spine is moving side to side, your head can follow that movement. Nice breaths, just releasing tension on the exhales. And we're going to come around face down, lying flat on your belly for locust pose. Let's start with the arms back by your sides. We're going to be lifting everything up except for basically your belly. So the palms are going to be facing towards each other. The shoulders are going to roll open. The chest is going to lift up off of the ground. The neck should be long, so you're probably looking either straight down or just a little bit in front of you. Both legs lift up. Try to keep the knees straight. Long, steady breath. When you inhale, I want to hook up again with the long journey and knowing where we're going. The inhale lengthens your body. So from your toes to the crown of your head, you get longer on the inhale. And on the exhale, you can squeeze gently through the whole back of your body, lifting up away from the floor. Inhaling, acknowledging that long journey that you've been through. Exhaling, knowing where you're going as you lift up. If you'd like to reach the arms out to the sides, you can. Or even over your head, you can. Whatever feels comfortable for you is good. Just a few more long breaths here. Inhale, lengthening, acknowledging our long Capricorn 2020 journey. Exhaling, lifting up into the new bright future of Aquarius. And gently, gently coming back down. Let's bring the hands under the shoulders on the ground. Push the chest up and sit all the way back till the hips come onto the feet. And just rest here for a minute. Squeeze through your stomach a bit, which helps support and open the lower back. Allow the breath to flow as it wants and just notice where it's going. Walking the hands back in towards you, lifting up through the chest as you straighten the arms. We're going to gently come all the way up to standing. Take your time, let your head be the last thing to come up. We're going to do one last yoga pose here, which is a standing balancing pose with one leg straight out in front of you. I'm going to give you a couple of different variations. So as I sort of progress through the variations, you can either keep progressing with me or pause wherever you feel like that's where you want to be for today and just keep doing that. So standing tall with both feet right underneath your hips with your feet pointing straight forward, we'll just take a minute to find our balance here. Feeling very tall, very mature after this whole 2020 year we've been through. If you'd like to have something to hold on to, you can hold on to a wall or the back of a chair, a piece of furniture, that's totally fine. We're going to bend one knee up, holding either with one hand if you need the other hand to hold on to something for balance, or if you don't, both hands underneath the thigh. Long, steady breath, pressing through your standing leg. I like to say focus on your standing leg because that's the leg you're standing on. Don't forget your base. Feel the strength and length of your standing leg. From here, if you'd like to try straightening the top leg out, reach through the heel, pressing forward. Still holding with your hands underneath, try to keep the shoulders back and down so they don't get pulled forward. If you'd like to go a little further, you can reach forward for your foot, either with one hand and the other hand could be on your hip, or both hands on either side of that front foot. You can round forward as much as you need in order to reach the foot, and then try coming back upright with your torso, bringing the foot up with you. Again, with our breath, we're going to inhale that long journey. The grounded standing leg is our Capricorn history. And the exhale is where we are going into our Aquarius future, reaching through the top leg. And we'll gently bend that knee if it's straight and bring the leg all the way back down. Just take a couple of breaths, releasing any tension that you have. And we'll come to the other side. Standing on both feet first, feeling very tall, very mature. And then lifting one leg, bending the knee up. Holding underneath the thigh, either with one hand, if you want the other hand to hold on to something for balance, or both hands under that thigh. Focus again on your standing leg. That's our grounded Capricorn energy. If you'd like to reach the top leg straight, push forward through the heel, forward and up, making sure your shoulders stay back and down. Long, steady breath. And if you want to go further, you can reach forward for that foot, either with one hand, having the other hand on your hip, or both hands can hold the foot. Round forward as much as you need in order to reach the foot. And then try coming back up with the torso, bringing the leg up with you. Inhale, feel the grounded standing leg and your length. That's our long journey. Exhale, reaching through the top leg. That's our future. And you can gently bend that top leg if it's straight and bring it all the way back down until you're standing on both feet again. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you guys all have a really bright future and that you feel some optimism and positivity as we're moving into this new season. Thank you so much for all of your support for the videos, and I hope to see you again later this month for the full moon in Cancer, which will be our last 2020 video. Thank you again. Take care. Be well.